All right. Welcome to In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian and our special guest today.
Jessica Otto.
Today's episode is being recorded on April 28th, 2023. Happy to have you, Jessica. Can you tell us briefly what it is you do?
Well, thank you, Adrian. I appreciate you guys having me on. So my official title for the library is the Head of Collection Services. What that really means is I'm responsible for overseeing the library collection, both all of our physical collections, such as the print books, DVDs, and also our digital collection, ebooks, e-audiobooks, and even our electronic databases, such as Culturegrams. So yeah, I'm responsible for that. I oversee the purchasing of all those, and also the prep work that gets done on those physical items to get them ready to circulate, such as cataloging and physical processing.
That's wonderful. I know you wear many hats just because I know a lot of the things that you do. And even just naming it in a nutshell, you have no idea because, like you said, it's Melcat. It's all kinds of things. Like, I feel like there's so many times you're reaching out or you're the one, the buck stops with you where we go to you for different questions about our head of collections. And it is such an amazing process. Your office is actually located out of, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about where your office is located and that whole center. A lot of people, we've been having people from different branches plug their library, but this might be a nice opportunity to talk a little bit about your branch.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, my office is located at the Mary Kay Dahme Library Service Center, which is located in downtown Monroe. My department has been at that location since 2008. It is not a public open building, but we do all the library prep work. We also have our technology department is in that building, and the administration for the library system is in that as well as our bookmobile and outreach services.
Yeah. And our delivery, we have daily delivery that's sorted there. There's just so much that goes on there, and it's such a fun thing. And who was Mary Kay Dahme, since you mentioned it?
My understanding is, I did not know her personally, but my understanding is Mary Kay Dahme was a previous director of the Monroe County Library System.
Yes, and she gave funds to go towards the bill, that you have used in other projects like scholarships and the building. I didn't know her either, although Jessica doesn't feel like we've been here long enough to have known her, but no. But yeah. I did not know her either.
I won't ask you to give me years of service, Marsha, but yeah, I've worked for the library for 22 years. So yeah.
Same. So yeah, so we have about the same. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about I call it our anniversary at the fair when we played rock band. When we played rock band, it was, I think before you weren't even married yet, I don't think. And I think we played rock band at the fair.
I think that's case.
So
yeah.
I always call that our anniversary. Our anniversary was at the fair. That's really when I got to know you was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Working the fair booth for the library at the Expo Center. Come and see us this fair season. All right, Adrian, do you have any hard-hitting questions for Jessica?
Okay. As head of collections, do you collect anything?
Like professionally or personally?
Yes.
Both. I don't personally collect anything. I guess professionally, I just collect because I oversee so many things with the collection. I like to collect examples of things in our collection just to be able to share them. So I have things to share, different items that come my way that there was some really unique situation with it. I guess there's that. But at home, no, I don't really collect anything.
I love that. I love that you do that. I kind of do that too. I like to show examples of things that we do at the library, for example, whether it's flyers or books or different type of media. But I know what you mean. It's something maybe for a training purpose. For example, a Weed It video would be a great thing to show for training purposes. You collected many things to show an example of something that should be weeded or something that should be the way something should be rubber banded or cataloged. And these things sound so simple, but it's such... I know you probably can rattle these numbers off better than me, but what's an example of, how many times is an item being touched or how many items are we buying and bringing in? The numbers are so crazy. I'd love to hear that from somebody like you that really knows them instead of somebody like me that guesses at them. So are there any numbers you want to share about collection services?
Oh, golly. So first of all, let me say I love numbers. I don't know that I know any off the top of my head to share.
Okay.
I didn't prepare the numbers.
That's okay. We didn't. I just threw that on you on the spot. I just know that there's such interesting things. I feel like it's higher than anyone would think, though. Really.
Yeah. I think we do I think our numbers are pretty good for the amount of materials that we get in every day, the amount of items that we catalog and process every day. It's usually between 100 to 300 items a day,
Right.
I would on average. So
Sure.
yeah, we're always trying to get items through, get them, as I call it, door to floor, door being the door that the items come in at DAMI when they are newly arrived, and then floor being the delivery room floor when we put them in there. We try to push those things in as fast as we can, door to floor.
I love it. I love it. And it's true. And I say this all the time, that we could not do what we do without you guys. Like, you and your department is, it really starts with that. And it's really great. And I feel like there's so many kind of quirks and questions, and you guys just kind of make that all happen. And it's wonderful. So that's stuff that the library patrons don't really get to see. They come in and they get their holds, or they can go on they can go on our website or our WooFoo and they can request things. I always tell patrons that we want to buy what they want to read, watch, and listen to. So certainly we operate off of requests, first, and they'd be the first one to get that item. Yes. But I just think there's so much more to it. And I think it's amazing. My mom, I always quote her. She always said, whatever happened to just check, going to the library, checking books in and out, and we just have so much to offer. And I feel like a lot of that stuff starts with, and again, the online world and the online databases. That's an amazing thing, especially with you heading that up as well. All right, Adrian, another hard hitting question. What do you have?
Have you ever made a collect call?
Have I ever made a collect call? I do not believe, no, I cannot recall any time in my life when I've made a collect call. In fact, I'm familiar with the term, but I really don't even know exactly what that means. So no.
I love that. So for you younger listeners, when I had to call from the school to get a ride home from my parents, I would call collect, but I couldn't. They wouldn't accept the charges because it cost so much. So I would just say, like, pick me up. And then they would come up and pick me up from practice. So I would use our payphone at the school. Sorry, Summerfield schools. I would use the payphone and then I would just hope that one of my brothers didn't answer it, because they would probably accept the charges, right, for a couple of bucks, and I just needed a ride. How about you, Adrian? Have you ever made a collect call?
I have.
You're between Jessica and I in ages, so I'm curious. I like to figure out, where people are with this.
I have made collect calls. Famously, I used to prank call my friends back when "We Had a Baby Eats a Boy" was a thing.
Remember that commercial? That was so funny. "We had a baby, yeah, come pick me up." That's what I used to say too. That was my name. Would you accept a collect call from "Come pick me up at the school"? That's great. That's a great question.
I feel like I missed out on that then, I've never done that.
I know. People are missing out these days on some of the really fun stuff we got to do. All right.
If I could throw in one more question here real quick.
Absolutely.
If you were to become a debt collector for the mob, what would you choose for your mob name?
Ooh.
Oh, don't even ask why, but I've actually thought about this. Like, what would be a fun mob name for somebody? And because I'm Jess and I like books, I'm going to go with Jessie Books, just because I think that sounds like something.
I love it. Jessie Books. Perfect. And like from the books, like that's such a perfect tie-in. Like, I love it.
I feel like books definitely could be like that, a whole double entendre thing. So yeah, Jessie Books. That's
perfect. Also, what are the chances that you've already thought of this before? Adrian's reading your mind right now with his obscure questions. But Jessie Books is the perfect answer. I love it.
So that's I'll be known as that from now on. I'll sign all my emails as that from now on.
I feel like mine would have to have something like shark in the name. I don't know. What about you? What about you, Adrian? What's your mob name?
I'm still working on it.
That's okay.
Love it. I love that you already had one, Jessica. That's wonderful. All right. Any other questions?
What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? I am actually reading In the Skin of the Lion by Michael Ondaatje, which is absolutely amazing. I've been reading a lot of Ondaatje lately, and I only have like 24 pages left, so I'm sad because it's really good. And I want to find out what happens, but at the same time, I don't want it to end. So that's what I'm reading right now.
I love that. Reading or listening? What do you prefer?
Reading.
Or what do you do?
I do reading. I'm like an extremely visual person. So I have tried audiobooks to no end, but I tried one once in the car, and because I have to strain so hard to pay attention, I couldn't do it. And I like drove off the road almost. So it's just,
we don't want that. We don't want that. No. Yeah. Plus you have littles in the car. They probably don't want to listen to your audiobooks when you have your girls with you. But that's what I just wondered. So,
yep.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share about collection services or about yourself, or anything that you'd like our listeners to hear?
Well, I guess, the overall thing that, even though we're sort of behind the scenes at the library and you don't see us, please know that we try to do our best customer service through the work that we do as far as cataloging items, making sure that items are accessible for all of our patrons in our catalog, and also that we do our best to get things prepared physically enough, with all of our stickers and our labels. So we are really customer service focused, even though you don't see us, out at branches.
You're like the ninjas. You're like the silent ninjas in the back that make things happen. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
All right. Can I proceed to ask you a series of questions?
Okay.
Because I want to test your knowledge of collections.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to start from easy, and you just have to tell me what the name of a collection of the animal is.
The name of the collection of the animal.
Like a group.
Okay.
Okay.
So for example, if you have a collection of fish, what is that called?
A school.
Yeah. Woo!
Well done. A bunch of seagulls.
Well, I'm going to go back to my 80s band knowledge and go with flock. The flock,
Yeah!
flock seagulls.
That was going to be my clue,
Correct.
but you were already there. Awesome.
Okay. These are going to get a little harder now, okay?
Okay. Oh boy.
You're 2 for 2.
Uh-huh.
What do you call a collection of crows?
Of crows. Oh, gravy. Well, it can't be school and it can't be flock. So maybe it's some other one syllable word. A group. I don't know.
Okay. A group of crows is called either a congress or a murder.
A murder? That's so fun. I'm using that.
Congress or murder. Okay. I will remember that from now on.
I know. I'm definitely using murder when I see, because we have a lot of crows out where I live, and I'm just going to be like, look at that murder of crows. Sounds so sinister.
You're 2 for 3. Here we go. A collection of cattle.
Of cattle?
Jessica, you have to know this. Yeah.
A herd. Yeah. I
was like, your family will be just shaking their heads if you don't.
Yeah. Herd. That one I was familiar with.
Okay. A collection of dolphins.
Oh, golly. I know this too. And I'm going to, because I love dolphins. It is I'm not going to remember. I'm sorry. You're going to have to tell me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It is a pod of dolphins.
Pod. Yes. Okay. Yep.
A couple more here.
Uh-huh.
A collection of clams.
Of clams? Oh boy. Do clams collect? Do they know each other? I don't know.
It's okay. That is a bed of clams.
A bed of clams. Okay.
So is this when you're eating them, or is this when they're found on the ocean floor? Like, if you're eating them, can you say bed of clams, or is this like living on the ocean floor?
I think when you're eating them, it's like a plate. A plate of clams.
Plate of clams.
Makes sense.
2 more. A collection of rhinos.
Of rhinos. I'm going to say that's just called maybe dangerous.
I would say herd, but I don't know if we can reuse the same answers.
No.
In this instance, a collection of rhinos is called a crash of rhinos.
That makes sense. Dangerous, crash. I give her credit for that. Dangerous and crash are synonymous.
Okay. And last one, because this is my favorite.
Oh.
Okay.
Ferrets.
Ooh.
Ferrets.
A collection of ferrets.
A collection of ferrets. I'm trying to think of something like creative and
random.
Yeah.
If it's his favorite, it's going to be. If it's his favorite, it's going to be off the wall and random. We already know that.
I'm going to go with a blind of ferrets. I don't know.
Ooh.
That is surprisingly close.
Okay.
It does in fact start with a B.
Oh.
Okay.
It is a business of ferrets.
Business
of ferrets.
The business.
I feel like I really need to brush up on my my knowledge of the animal groupings.
Well, and you did great, because you had no idea this was coming. I mean,
You did do very well.
I don't think he had any idea this was coming until we were talking to you. I really think he just made this up as we went. So again, kudos to both of you. That was very fun for me.
I just, I understand you primarily collect books for the library.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see if your knowledge of collection extended to beyond the realm of the library. That was all.
That's okay. So yeah, I guess I'll stick with my knowledge of books and other library materials
Instead of animal grouping. Oh, that's great. Do you want to do this separate or while she's still here?
Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I guess that we're just thankful to have you on today, and we will hopefully just see you soon. Thanks again, Jessica.
You're welcome. Thank you both for having me today. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you participating.
Yes, thank you.
Kindness and your help.
It is how it is. Okay. Here's what we have going on at the library for the coming week or two. We'll start this off with Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. The Bedford Birthday Bash will be going on from 3 to 5 p.m. Come out, have some cake. There'll be a performance by the Bedford Community Players.
Nice. On Saturday, May 6th is the Royal Tea. Celebrate the coronation of King Charles III, just like a proper Brit with tea. Coming out that Saturday, May 6th from 1 to 3.
We're like Americans. Aren't we supposed to, throw it in the river or something?
I mean, I don't know how it's ending,
Harbor?
but maybe. Harbor.
Is that only Boston?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, PowerPoint Basics will be Thursdays in May. That's May 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th from 2 to 3 p.m. This 4-week class will walk beginners through the use of Microsoft PowerPoint. Register online.
All right. Thanks, Spring. We have all kinds of plant and spring-based programs coming up on top of our seed library and our community garden beds. On May 11th, we're going to do mushroom hunting, walk and talk with mushroom foraging expert Andrew Flesher. So come on over. It's May 11th from 12 to 2. Walk through the woods and hunt for mushrooms.
While she's talking about thinking spring, you might consider torsion, leaf, compression, and coil. Anyway, grown-up gaming will be going on Saturday, May 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. Come out, have a relaxing evening of board and video gaming. We will have a selection of games available for you to play, gather together, and socialize. Snacks will be provided.
Is that board like B-O-R-E-D? Is it that
It can be both.
All right, on May 13th is Seed Bombing Make and Take Workshop with from May 13th from 11 to 1. Come and do seed bombing. I didn't even really know what seed bombing was, so
Sounds
come and
dangerous.
find out. It does sound dangerous, but come find out.
Bombing is what we do every week on this podcast.
Yes.
Anyway, Bedford History Series presents Ted Long in the Toledo Letters, Thursday, May 18th, 2023 at 6 p.m. We are pleased to present Ted Long, author and historian. Ted will share tales from his upcoming book, Toledo Letters, a compilation of more than 30 letters written to or from Toledo over the last 200 years.
Is there a subject or is it just Toledo, like random letters?
It's letters to, from, and about Toledo.
Okay, I'm so curious. I need to know more about this. I love it. On Sunday, May 21st is back by popular demand and fan favorite Jackie and Gary singing the good old songs again. These guys are folk singers and they're so fun. They do humor and songs. It's actually our last Sunday open for the season. So, because we will be closed Memorial Day weekend. So Sunday, May 21st at 2:00, come on out for the concert. There'll be concert, snacks, fun, and me. Come see Marsha.
We want them to come out to this.
Don't worry, I'm not singing.
Okay. All right. The Bedford Branch is pleased to present the Science Fiction Double Feature Picture Show, Saturday, May 27th, 2023, from 6 to 10 p.m. We'll be having a double creature feature featuring Night of the Lepus and Them. Come out. We'll have popcorn. It'll be a good time.
Nice. And last but not least is May 27th composting class. So that is on May 27th from 2 to 3. Come on out with Master Gardener Bob Bransky. I think he was here before and did some other programs, and everyone really likes him too. So there are all kinds of things happening at the Bedford Library and throughout the library system. You could certainly go to our website of mymcls.com and click on the events calendar. You can search all of the branches at once, one at a time, or by category. If you have children or if you're looking for something specific like a computer class, search our catalog at mymcls.com.
And if you're interested, Marsha will be teaching a class on types of springs coming this April 31st.
April 1st.
April 31st.
Oh, that's even
So
better.
check the calendar. If you don't see it on there, call Marsha.
I thought you meant April 1st because it's a joke, but 31st is even better. Oh, funny.
Thank you for explaining and ruining the joke.
But what else do you, are you doing trivia? You're slacking. You're
no
such a
trivia
slack.
this week.
Oh, giving them a break. Boo-hoo.
All right.
Trivia could be what day of the week is April 31st this year?
If you know when April 31st is this year, please leave your comment down in the section below. Hit that like bell, ring, notifications, all that good stuff.
Ding.
Like and subscribe. All right. This has been In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian and Thanks for coming out.
Should I have said it? Jessica Otto, Head of Collection Services for the Monroe County Library System.
This podcast has been recorded on April 28th, 2023.